You guys, Erin Wade, your Western astrologer here, dropping in to give you the astrological update for the first half of December 2023. Here we are approaching the end of the year. Clearly, lots going on. Now, I want to start out by saying happy solar return season to all of you Sages out there. Sagittarius happens to be one of my very favorite signs of the zodiac. So what we've got going on is the sun up in the sky is beaming through this sign of Sagittarius. We are being influenced with this Sagittarius energy. Now, this is what we call the mutable fire sign. Now, when I say mutable, what I'm talking about is adaptability. The mutable signs always take place at the end of a season. Okay, so this Sagittarius energy is the end of fall, and it's mutating the energy to bring us into winter. On December 21st, we move into the sign of Capricorn, which is winter. So this mutable energy is adapting us, preparing us for that. Okay, now in the element of fire, I think this is probably why I love this sign so much. This is like wildfire. Okay, we've got three fire signs of the zodiac. The first one being Aries, which is cardinal fire, which projects energy forward. Then we've got the fixed fire sign, which is Leo, which holds the heat in. The mutable fire sign, Sagittarius, it's like fire is just going all over the place. This sign is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is considered the great Benefic in astrology. Okay, Jupiter influences things like luck, abundance, wisdom, philosophy, faith. This sign of Sagittarius is extremely faith-based. Okay, now it's also, when I say abundance, I'm talking about the sign that looks at the big picture. In fact, if you can picture the zodiac, Sagittarius is over here, Gemini is over here. They're opposite each other. And Gemini focuses in on the facts. Okay, opposite that, Sagittarius looks at the whole grand big picture. Okay, now also, this is what the sign that's represented by the archer. Okay, the archer that's like always out on an adventure. In fact, the motto for the sign of Sagittarius is I see. This is a sign that can foresee. It's actually kind of a spiritual energy being ruled by the great Benefic, the bringer of faith and wisdom and abundance. Okay, now by no means am I suggesting that every single person who's a Sagittarius is all about faith and abundance and wisdom and luck and philosophy, although most of them are. Okay, but it's important to keep in mind there's so much more to someone's natal chart other than just their sun sign. But if we're talking about this sign of Sagittarius here, we are talking about joy. Okay, we're being influenced with that just simply by the sun going through the sign of Sagittarius. But right next to the sun is Mars. Okay, Mars is also going through the sign of Sagittarius. Now, Mars, some of you may have heard Mars being referred to as the planet of war. Okay, yes, this is true because Mars is aggressive. Mars is dominant. In medical astrology, Mars rules our muscles and our adrenal glands, okay? Now, Mars is really what makes us go do what we have to do. So when any two celestial bodies or planets up in the sky are close together, it's literally like holding a flashlight here and a flashlight here. The closer they are together, it's just one big light, okay? So we've got the sun and Mars as one big light, all beaming together on us. So this is really about taking action. It may be a little difficult to stay on track with a goal because there's all this mutable energy going on. In fact, we've had Mercury going through the sign of Sagittarius as well. So it's like kind of, I got all this energy. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And again, by no means am I suggesting that everybody's running around with all this energy, but certainly for those of you who've got something in your natal chart that's being activated by this transit, it will give you energy. Now, that's what's so important to understand is that anything that's going on up in the sky, we all receive, of course, as a collective, but also as individuals. Okay, first of all, if you're a little familiar with your natal chart, you can pull that out and see which area of your life this is activating? Which area of your life does the sign of Sagittarius come through? I'm talking about the houses here. Could be coming through your house of career, your house of relationships, your house of karma, your house of transformation, your house of communication, your house of physical health. There's all these different areas of your life that this could potentially be activating for you. If you're using whole sign, then all you need to do is look at which house the sign of Sagittarius comes through. But if you're using other house systems, say like Placidus or Regiomontanus, then this might be activating more than one area of your life. This could be activating your house of career and your house of higher learning at the same time. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why it's so great to get familiar with our natal chart. Now, also something to take into consideration. In your natal chart, do you have anything in the sign of Sagittarius? I'm talking about Venus or Mars or Mercury or Jupiter or even your nodes, your north or south node. Are they potentially in this sign of Sagittarius? Because if they are, then that's being even more heavily activated, okay? Let's just say, for an example here, somebody has Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius. Well, Mercury in our natal chart has a huge influence on our mental function. Okay, how we receive energy, how it goes in, how it's filed away, and also how that information comes back out, how we communicate that information. Okay, so if somebody has Mercury in Sagittarius, and all of a sudden up in the sky, we've got Mars and the sun that come up through the sign of Sagittarius and hit your natal Mercury, then all of a sudden your mental function gets extremely activated. Okay, not only that, but potentially your communication skills are getting activated. And then we take into consideration, oh my goodness, maybe this is coming through my house of relationships. And this is time for me to have the conversation with somebody who I have this relationship with. Or maybe this is coming through your house of finances and that's getting activated and your brain is getting stimulated over all of this. Okay. So how do we do this? How do we get familiar with our natal chart? Well, first of all, when you schedule an astrology reading with me, I always offer you a free video recording of the entire session, okay? Especially if you get a 90-minute reading, we've got time to go through every single house in your natal chart. And with that recording, you can always go back to review it and see which area of your life is being activated by anything astrological, any zodiac sign, any eclipse, no matter what it is. As long as you're starting to get familiar with your natal chart, you can do this stuff yourself. And that's why astrology readings and just the study of astrology it's such an incredible game changer for our lives. Okay. So there's that. Now, if you would like to schedule a reading with me, you can schedule through the East West website, which is eastwestbooks.org. Now, when you visit that website, right on top, there's a link that says Readers and Healers. When you click there, you will see all the wonderful readers and healers that East West has to offer. And it's very self-explanatory on how to schedule reading with any of us. Okay. So I do hope to hear from some of you. And until next time, namaste to all of you.